And for more on the Finance Minister's statement to Parliament, we are joined over the phone by Dr. Pacinthe Fahmy, our economic expert. Dr. Pacinthe, good afternoon to you.
Yes, good afternoon, madam.
Dr. Pacinthe, the Finance Minister told Parliament that the economic reforms put the country among the biggest growth countries worldwide despite the coronavirus pandemic. What are the main factors that helped Egypt achieve this positive growth rate despite the COVID-19 pandemic?
First of all, we have a very comprehensive plan to develop the economic aspect or all the economic activities in Egypt. We are a very lucky country to have a very well diversified economy, meaning during this tough period, we are working normally in agribusiness, which is the green economy. We're working in the blue economy. We are reconstructing Egypt, and that's the point. It's to our luck. I mean, we are rebuilding all the 27 governorates. We are building infrastructure, roads, railways, electricity, gas, oil, you name it. We are building all activities starting from small, micro, medium, and large enterprises. And we have 50% of the population, young generation, who are willing to work 24 hours. We are lucky as well that most of our projects, would it be agribusiness or blue economy or infrastructure, could be normally financed by Egyptian pounds. And this is a very important point, meaning we are not obliged to borrow from overseas to work in those mega projects. And I call always the project of rebuilding Egypt, meaning the governorates and all the villages. This is, I think, would be not a mega project, but the history will talk about it because we are really rebuilding Egypt. All those activities are working normally during COVID-19 because we could achieve them in the open air. It's true that the risk is still there, but much, much lower than if you go into factories, closed areas, you have to take precautions. So would it be rebuilding governorates, new cities, infrastructure, green, blue economy, all this is done in the open air. And before all that, we cannot deny that we have a very sophisticated and comprehensive development plan, which is called the 2030. It has been prepared by the government, approved by Mr. President, and discussed at the Parliament in all committees in full detail. And that's why we were able to continue, even though most of the countries in the world are suffering, I don't want to say drastically.
Yes.
And not only results witnessed by the indices, which are published by major international institutions, but as well, we became #1 in major agriculture products like oranges, vegetables, strawberries. We are not importing wheat like before, much lesser, and rice as well. So the results are on the ground, and they are seen by everybody. And that's why I repeat, very well diversified economy, very well managed, and we cannot deny one major aspect, which is the regular daily follow-up by Mr. President. This has given the example to every responsible in the country. It's not a matter of giving orders.
Yes.
You have to go on the ground, see what is happening, and he is giving the good example to all that. And that's why we are seeing all the indexes, luckily enough, in Egypt are very positive, and we have been as well classified by being one of the 10 countries which really the coronavirus or the corona-19 hadn't been really affecting us so seriously.
Yes, indeed. Dr. Fahmy, that would bring me to ask about the world institutions which hailed Egypt's economic indicators. How does that help the economy and increase the flow of foreign investments to the country?
The globe became too small because of the technology. Everybody is seeing the other one. And when we want to invest, always the 100 biggest companies who wishes to invest across the globe, which we call them cross-border companies or multinationals, they look always to those reports to see where is the best part they can move on and invest. So when those reports come out with that positive results on Egypt, it is definitely a very, very solid point for them to decide where to go on the globe. So this will help them coming to our market, not only for Egypt. We have to understand as well that Egypt is the entry to Africa, is a major developer in the region, because the concept of regionalization will develop further. The concept of economic policies and politics will develop further, and the benefits for everybody will be there. Some companies they have the technology, others have resources like us, and a third party will finance. So the world will go like this. So those reports are extremely important to direct the investment where to go on that small globe, because I repeat, it became too small.
Yes, indeed, Dr. Pacinthe Fahmy, our economic expert. Thank you very much for your precious input. Always a pleasure to have you with us. And moving on with our economic bulletin in Panorama News, and we move to the Egyptian stock market, where its indices